Outposts are how you scale fast in Bellwright. In this guide, I'll show you a clean setup you can copy, where to build your first structures, deliveries, upgrades, defense, and a quick look at one of my other major outposts. Let's dive right in. Start with the resource you're missing. If it's iron, build next to an iron node. If it's copper or tin, go where those clusters are. Fishing and hardwood, same idea. Try to place the outpost on or near a main road so you can drop a travel sign. Fast travel needs at least 2 signs, and you can't use it if enemies are nearby. On screen, I'll mark a few solid areas for iron, copper, fishing, and hardwood, so you've got good options. Please note, these aren't the only options available. There are plenty of other great locations. Grab the materials you need to craft the travel sign before you leave your first village. This makes building that much faster, and then you can travel back and forth between that spot and your main settlement. Once you have your travel sign down, you'll next want to place the stockpile for storage. At the outpost location, you'll want to place a stockpile for storage and a housing tent. You'll want to go to the Buildings tab and find those buildings located in your main settlement. These new buildings you made will auto-locate themselves in your main settlement. We're going to want to change that. You'll want to click on this button here, scroll down to the bottom, and hit New Outpost. You'll type in what you want to name it, and then you can assign those buildings to that outpost. This is so you don't have some of your villagers from your main settlement bringing materials here to build those buildings. Next, you'll want to put down your outpost main production or gathering building. For this example, I'm going to put down a mining hut as I'm located next to some copper nodes. If you want a safety net, add a simple workbench so you can repair locally if your tool deliveries hiccup. Grab 2 new villagers right away or reassign them from your main settlement. If you're recruiting 2 new villagers, they're probably going to auto-claim beds in your main village. So hop into the population screen and assign them to your new outpost. Now it's time to feed the outpost. Send productivity meals, stews, or dishes with work productivity buffs. This will help you get more per day from each worker. For each tool that you need, you'll want to set up a top-up delivery from your main settlement or pickaxes, or whatever the job needs. For broken tools, you have 2 good options. You can send them back to your main settlement on a daily delivery schedule, or just repair them on site at that simple workbench. Your delivery capacity depends on how many people live at that receiving settlement. More residents there mean you can receive more of each cycle. And if possible, you should always compress your items that you're transferring. For example, ore takes more slots than ingots. 1 copper ore takes 2 delivery spots, where 1 copper ingot only takes 1. You can set up a bloomery in this location as well. You'll want to ensure that you're having a delivery of wood coming from your main settlement or wherever you get most of your wood stock from. And then you can set all of your ingot production up to the top up sec. Then you can set all of your ingot production to top up. That way ensures you're always going to have some ingots to deliver back to your main settlement. You'll want to ensure that your mining hut is set to a higher priority level than your bloomery. This ensures you always have copper to make your ingots. Upgrade your storage early, but keep it close to your production line. I prefer barns near the copper nodes and the miner's hut. This keeps it a short travel for each of your villagers when they're done mining. I prefer barns over the warehouse. Barns are compact and hold plenty, whereas the warehouses are huge and not great for small outposts. You'll want to swap the housing tent for a house once you're settled. But keep in mind, you only want to add buildings that serve your outpost. Don't overbuild in it. For your mining outpost, you'll want to build your mining camp, hut, or pit, and set your top-up targets so your ore never hits 0. Smelt it on site if you want to compress your deliveries. Your bloomery is going to be great for your bronze and tin, just make sure you have wood. The furnace is great for iron and bronze, only if you have peat readily available. And the smelter, this is going to be for later on, and you'll use this for your iron and steel work. Clear the nearby bandit camps before you settle. It lowers your raid pressure. If a raid hits, either fast travel in and defend with your villagers, or empty the storage and let them take nothing. Losing a few cheap items is better than losing your whole stock. If you need to relocate a whole building, you can do this from the map menu. You'll just need to select it on the map and drop the ghost anywhere nearby. Just note that relocation isn't instant. Your villagers will dismantle and rebuild, but they are going to be using the same materials. And finally, my biggest tip, build your outpost right next to a main road. Even with a perfect delivery setup, you're still going to be traveling there. Roads make fast travel drop-offs cleaner, raid responses faster, and finding the place at night way easier. Build your outpost on the road, and it'll save you loads of time later. That's your best guide for a cheap start, small deliveries, refining on site, and not overbuilding. To help you guys get started, I'll pin my mining guide and advanced cooking guide below. If you've got a better outpost, drop it in the comments. I'd love to check it out myself. And as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more Bellwright videos. I'll see you guys in the next one.